Hello everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making Capretto con le pappardelle, which is a goat stew, a goat sauce, un sugo, un ragu. Very hard to kind of describe it in English, but it's Capretto with sauce, and we're going to use pappardelle pasta. One of my favorite, perfect for the holidays, especially Easter around the corner. We have 2 pounds of the Capretto right here, a small chopped onion, some fresh basil, red wine, extra virgin olive oil, and one of my favorite tomatoes to use is the muti. And we're going to use a whole peeled tomato. I like to share, as you can see, these are very simple ingredients. So I need to share a little bit more to make this a really delicious meal. My goat meat or the lamb, I only buy it at the halal markets. And there's something about the halal meats that tastes a little bit better than just the regular supermarket, just because it's the way the animal is slaughtered. With the lamb and the goat, you don't have that strong scent. Sometimes the imported meats are really hard to, I've tried it, don't like it. So my tip to you is buy the halal goat or lamb and you'll be very happy. And leave me a comment, let me know if you do. Another important thing that I really want to share is the measurement of the pot in relation to the meat. So now I have a 2 pound pieces here. So my pot is not going to be very large. If you add more, you need to go bigger on the pot, because if you put everything together, invece di soffriggere stufa. So instead of getting nicely sautéed, it smells steamed. So that's also another little trick. Now let's move right over to the stove and we'll get started together. So just to even give you the measurement, I'm using a 5.5 quart pot, and that's just perfect for the amount of meat I'm cooking. Now come closer, let's add the extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin right in the pot like this. Be generous because you're going to use the sauce to condire la pasta, so it needs to be with a little bit extra oil. Take a look at that, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is start adding the pieces of meat. Sautéing beautifully. Come on closer. Your heat should be on medium-high, just like this, and give it a good stir. You see that? That's all flavor that starts forming. Go ahead and add the onion right in. This is a perfect meal because it really takes 10 minutes to come together, and then you just let it cook a couple hours and the flavors will come together. The meat gets nice and soft, but it's really just these first 10 minutes that you got to be standing over, that you don't want to burn the onion, you don't want to burn the meat, so you just give it a stir. But it's important that as it caramelizes around, you go ahead and you stir. Because we like heat, I'm adding one of these little chili peppers, or you could just use a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. But a little one like this really does. Another addition that goes very well is a bay leaf. Buy a fresh one. They're usually in the vegetable section of the supermarket. So nice fresh bay leaf goes very well with the sughetto al capretto. See the beautiful color around the pot and even around on the meat. That's exactly what it needs to do. You're in the rain, we're in the middle of a thunderstorm, but it feels so safe and cozy in the house, and we need a lot of blessings. We need to be grateful. Now, I want to talk about the wine. I'm going to add a red wine because it gives it color, depth, and flavor. I much prefer it over the white wine. But if you have white wine, go ahead and use white wine. Let's go ahead and deglaze the pan. Keep it on high because you want the wine to evaporate, but at the same time you want to scrape off all the drippings off the side. You see that? Look at that. It goes quick. Oh, che profumo, che profumino. This time I like to add the salt so I know that each piece of the meat is salted nicely. You see how it's frying and it's, oh wow, you hear that? Wow, okay, it's frying and it's thickening, and that's what you want. You want all the wine to evaporate and just leave a little bit of creaminess to the bottom, and you want this before you add the tomato in. Okay, importantissimo. Now, we're gonna add the tomato. I was gonna speak in Italian. Aggiungiamo il pomodoro, but what we're gonna do with the tomato is the mutti is poco alla volta, a little bit at a time. Un poco lo mettiamo e lo tiriamo, lo soffriggiamo. You let it saute and fry up in the oil. You'll see, even the oil will change color. For my family, so I'm gonna do this, otherwise you could cut it up in a plate. But this is how my nonna did it, and my mom does it, and this is how I like to do it. Like this. See that? Just like that, right in. You get the perfect chunkiness. Always rinse your can with a little bit of water and just go ahead and add it. Another rule of thumb that I use for myself, and I find that it works, 1 pound of meat, 1 can, 128 ounce, it is 28 ounce, yes, 128 ounce can of the peeled tomatoes. Basil right in, and let's wait for it to come to a boil. Just rip the basil with your hands. That's supposed to be the way to do it for maximum flavor. Sauce making 101. Okay, it's boiling. Now, give it a good stir. This is so important. Take your wooden spoon, it goes across, and the lid goes right here because the heat, lower your flame, and the steam needs to escape. Because if the steam stays in the pot, è uno stufato. It's no longer a sauce. It's a stew, not good. Si deve ritirare pian piano. It's got to dry up slowly. The meat is going to cook, but this is the way you do it. Wooden spoon across, leave space for the steam to come out. Don't forget to stir it in between 15, 20, 30 minutes. Every time you pass by, I live in the kitchen, so it's very simple. So every time I pass by, I give it a quick stir. Let's take a look in between and give it a good stir. See that? Beautiful, really, really, and un profumino delizioso. It's been on a couple hours. You're gonna say, how do we know it's done? Come closer, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna pick up the lid together. Okay, oh, there you go. You see, all the oil has come up. The tomato has reduced. Let's see if the meat is tender. Yes, it is. You see, it broke right off. So we know it's ready. Now, let's go ahead and taste it and make sure that the salt is right. Perfect. It doesn't need any more salt. This is a good time to dunk the bread right in. Okay, you know what part of the bread this is? This is the butt, il culetto, the end. So, how many of you got beaten with a wooden spoon because of this? But I'm cooking, I'm allowed to do it. Oh, buonissima. I'm using fresh pappardelle. Pappardelle, plural. Pappardelle 1, pappardelle more than 1. So, fresh pappardelle right in. And then we're gonna add it all together. No formalities, siamo in famiglia, tutti insieme. So I'm going to go ahead and, preparo la pasta qua. I'm gonna add some sauce right at the bottom, right here. Don't forget to grab the oil from the top. And then I'm going to add the pappardelle right in. Add the pappardelle right in. Now we're going to add more sauce right on top, così. Let's mix it well all together. And now we're ready to eat. Go ahead. Ecco qui. Now, of course, because we have Capretto, we're gonna add a nice pecorino romano. Formaggio che ci sta proprio bene. Did you see? Simple ingredients with good ingredients. That's the secret to delicious food and the love that you make for your loved ones. That's what I enjoy the most when I see my family and friends enjoying the food I prepare. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's keep cooking together. Grazie, arrivederci, alla prossima. Ciao ciao.